So one of the first things I do when I start to plan for any month is I always go to my Kanban boards. So these three boards are kind of the lifeblood of my goals. I set 3 goals every quarter, and the sticky notes represent all of the major projects and tasks that I'm trying to get done throughout the 90 days. So as I'm approaching March, I'm realizing I still have a lot of stuff. So what I'm doing at this point is really just looking at my 3 goals. So purple is writing, the pink is my heart breathing's goal, the blue is more like admin and lifestyle. And I'm trying to figure out what can still get done. What are the projects I still need to do? And that just little bit of saying, okay, here's what I'm going to try to get done. Here's what I'm going to release is so incredibly important to my process. And then once I'm pretty sure I know which projects I'm going to focus on, I spend a little bit of time printing out my HB90 Planner pages. I am back in my A5 this year, and I'm using an HP OfficeJet Pro 8139E. It is a relatively inexpensive printer. I got it at Office Depot, and it gets the job done. And I'm also going to use my little HP mini printer, a Canon Ivy. I can't remember which one I have. What do I have? Canon Ivy. And I am going to print out some little book covers that I can use. I'm only going to use one sticker, but sometimes I do like to use stickers in my planning. So I have that with me. I gather up all of my things and then I set up my planner. The first thing I do when I'm in my planner is a review of the previous month. And for a long time, I wasn't doing reviews. And let me tell you, it makes such a difference because otherwise you just go into a new month doing the same things wrong. And this little bit of intentional review and saying what worked this past month, what didn't work, what's holding me back, what's distracting me, what's on track, and what do I really need to focus on, what deadlines are coming up. That is a big piece of success for me, is that monthly review. And then this is a newer page that I added to the planner, I think maybe just a few quarters ago, that is called the focus page. And this first part is just, what is my success plan for the month? So I always use I will statements, like futuristic statements here. I will create a team. I will go outside more. I will focus on my writing just to get centered before I start writing out a bunch of tasks of how I want to feel or how I want to be successful. And then I also will sit and write down for each goal what the major projects are that I am wanting to focus on. So here, for example, for goal 1, which is my writing goal, I'm focused on A Mirror of Shadows. I'm publishing a new book this month, and I want to send more newsletters. I want to build out more things for my Broken Chapter Society membership, Project Phoenix. We've talked about that here before, but I will expand on that. And then getting audiobooks published. Goal 2, which is my heart breathing's goal. I am kind of setting an ambitious goal this month of putting up 9 YouTube long form videos. And honestly, I'm not expecting that I'll actually accomplish it, but reach for the stars, right? We're going to try. I'm also going to try to do more shorts. I got to get the HB90 course up and the planners, which, by the way, if you want to join HB90, we start on Sunday in terms of opening enrollment. And I would love to have you in the course. So enrollment opens on Sunday. The course starts on the 15th. I want to book a HardyCon dates. Originally, I was thinking of doing HardyCon in May, but then we just couldn't find a venue and everything felt rushed. So we're pushing it back most likely to the end of September. I want to revamp my website. And then for my blue goal, which is my admin and exercise kind of goal, it's mostly just things like exercise and get outdoor, build more SOPs and delegate more. Also, though, focusing on my blood glucose, I have a glucose monitor and I am not in my target 70% or more. And I really want to be in my target range at least 70 to 80% of the day. So I got to work on that. And I want to start posting on Substack. I don't know if that will actually happen this month because it's not the priority, but we'll see. Then once I know what my focus is, I can start to actually plan. And the reason that I do the reviews and all of that before I even start the monthly plan is because it so often can feel like if you just allow yourself to start planning all the things that have to get done, you sort of forget to plan your priorities and other things start to take precedent when you didn't really want it to. It's just like a budget, right? Our productivity is a time budget. And when you just start spending money on things you like, sometimes you realize, oh my gosh, now I can't do that vacation, or I can't buy that other thing I want, or now I can't pay for this other thing, or now I've put myself into a stressful situation. And time is the same as money. It's a finite resource, and we just need to make sure that we're spending it intentionally. So taking that time to review and really look at what I want to focus on this month is super, super helpful. March is going to be an insane month. I know I'm not going to get everything done that I want to get done, but I plan for best case scenario, and then I practice a lot of self-love and grace along the way. So the first things that I added to my calendar were a couple of my friends. So Angela Hester, who you guys know here, if you're part of the Heart Breathing's writing community, her birthday's coming up. My friend Casey's birthday's coming up. So I put those on there so I don't forget. And then I also put the release date for A Mirror of Shadows. It's kind of shiny there, so you can't really see that sticker very well. But I was hoping to release it here in February, but we're going to release it March 27th, and it'll be perfect timing. So I have also these little dot stickers that I got off of Amazon, and I'm using different colors to represent different types of activities or live streams throughout the month. So this light blue is for the Follow Through Fix, which is a monthly membership that is new this year for accountability. So we have accountability partners. We're doing 3 live streams this month. We're focusing on imposter syndrome, and that's going to be really, I think, helpful and fun. So that is happening. Those are the blue dots. The purple dots are for my writing. So I'm doing some live streams for the Broken Chapter Society, and I like to do monthly wallpapers and other little things. The pink is for HB90. So like I said, HB90 opens for enrollment on Sunday, and then we start on the 15th with our kickoff call, and it runs throughout that week. I always feel like the March round is one of my favorite rounds of the year, because I really feel like March is more of the beginning of the year for me. The sun starts to come out, the bluebonnets start blooming, and it just feels more like a new year. So this is the perfect time. It's going to have great energy if you want to come join us. Then I have these super cute little YouTube icons from this store called My Olive Blue. And I think that she's no longer making stickers anymore, and I just really wish I had bought a lot more. But anyway, I love these with the little bow. And so I'm going through and putting in all of my YouTube video plans and my live streams. So every Friday I have a coffee chat on my Sarra Cannon YouTube channel. I'm hoping on Sunday to put out the March Notebook Challenge, and then I'm going to edit, hopefully by Tuesday, my Waco vlog. So I just went on a writing retreat with my friend Megan, and I edited over 40,000 words while I was there. We worked a lot, but we also had a lot of fun. So I want to get that up as soon as I can. And then I'm going to do a refreshed video about my Kanban board on Thursday. And then we're going to do something the second week in March that I haven't done in years, which is a full sort of plan with me for the week, where you'll see on Sunday what the plan is, and then a couple of times throughout the week you'll see how I followed through on my plan, how I handle flexibility when things get out of control. And so it's just going to be a full productive week in my life series. So that'll be coming out on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and the following Sunday we'll do a review. I'm also going to be working on the April Rough Draft Challenge. So if you've enjoyed the Rough Draft Challenges in the past, you will want to join us, because we've got our first official Rough Draft Challenge of the year coming up in April. So I'll talk about goals and give you guys the planner and everything there in the middle of the month on the 18th. And then I really want to do a video on my house purse. I feel like those of us in the crafter and planner community have been doing this sort of analog bag, crafter bag, house purse for a long time, but it's kind of become a trend. And I think that I should show you what's in mine, because I am spending a lot more time this year doing other activities, and I want to do things that I can like color or watercolor or other things like that while I'm listening to audiobooks, because I want to be listening more. So I hope I'll have time to record, but like I said, I've got way more videos probably planned for the month than I can actually follow through on, so we'll see. Coming up next Saturday on the 7th is Double Down Day, so I have that cute little writing sticker. We also are still going through Publish and Thrive, so Module 5 Q&A that first Saturday of the month, and then Module 6 Q&A, which will end the course there on the 14th. And then, of course, in the busiest of months, we also have spring break for the kids. And I would really, really love to do something fun with them. Sometimes we do go on little trips or we go to hotels. And honestly, this year, I don't want to spend a ton of money or time away from home, but we could do something just kind of simple. So I'm still thinking through ideas. We have a summer vacation planned, so I think we'll probably stay close to home during spring break, but I don't know. What are some fun things to do in Texas? If you're from Texas, leave us some fun ideas of things to do with kids down below. I'm also putting that little record sticker up on Monday because if I want to do that productive week in my life, I need to remember to actually record it next week. So it'll be next week's week in my life, and then I'll edit it and put it out the week after. These little icons that I'm using from that book are all from Planner Kate. She has these black and white icons, and I am obsessed with them. She had a big sale, I think for her birthday, like Planner Kate, anniversary or whatever. And I just bought a ton of them and I use these every single day. I love these stickers. They're very simple and they're just, icons of all different kinds. So I have this one that looks like a little computer with people on it. It's like a little Zoom call sticker. So I put that for my mastermind, which meets every Monday. And then I'm just kind of going through and using these stickers that I think I got from Daiso. They're little gold stickers to mark dates, like I had to eat a cookie there. It's Girl Scout season. I'm like talking about getting my glucose under control, but I only ate 2, so I feel like that's a win. Also, if you see this cute little pink stickers, these are HB90 stickers, and they're in a different colorway from Procrastiplanner than you might have seen before because she made those specially for HardyCon this year, which was really fun. The kids also have a dentist appointment during spring break, which I'm kind of like, well, that was poor planning because we might be out and about having fun, but it'll all work out. I am just putting a few little things like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day, don't forget, any other little reminders. We do have baseball season starting this month as well, so that is going to really go on to the schedule as soon as they've given us the schedule. I also am putting in there my sister and her wife got married on the 24th last year, so I want to remember their anniversary and send them some flowers or something. And then on that 30th, Q2 begins, so I'm just marking that with some balloons for excitement for one of my favorite quarters of the year. I had that navy blue sticker up at the top like a little page flag, but I just didn't like the way the color was vibing, so I was like, let's try pink. And then when I put it on, I didn't like that either. So sometimes finding the right colors, it's such a simple thing, but the more you enjoy looking at your planner, the more you will use it. So I settled on this brighter pink because I feel like it pulls out some of the colors from my book cover, and I wrote the word projects on there, and basically I'm just making a full list of all the projects that are my main focus. It's a lot. This month is going to be unhinged, but I'm going to make it through. Self-care, self-love, it's all important. So follow through fix, YouTube videos, HB90 planners, HB90 launch, Publish and Thrive Q&As, Broken Chapter Society, A Mirror of Shadows book launch, social media posts. We're bringing in some new hosts to the Heart Breathings writing community, so helping out with that, beginning my next book, A Throne of Thorns, prepping everything for the Rough Draft Challenge, and Accelerate Meetings, which is my mastermind that I'm a part of, continuing to onboard my new team, Project Phoenix, which is how I'm hoping to get more book sales and kind of get back to promoting my books, publishing audiobook number 3 of my series, focusing on my Sarra Cannon newsletter and getting that running again. Heart Breathing's website is getting a total new facelift coming up soon. HardyCon and booking a venue for that, hopefully for September. I'm also speaking at the Florida Star Conference. If you are in the area of Cocoa Beach, please come hear me. I've got a full day workshop. It's my first ever official keynote, and I'm so excited for that. Me in progress and staying healthy. So that is my March plan, you guys. Let's make it the best month we can.